That Sadik told you that he was going to give you 11 awards simply because Tombo and Sarkodie were not on good terms with him. How far is this allegation true? Could you convince us that what you're saying is true? Because Sadik is on the line and he's refuting having any such discussion with you. How would you convince us that what you're saying is true?
Sometimes the word allegation, when we are using it, we should know how to use the word. What is allegation? When I'm here, it's no more an allegation. This is me, this is Sadik. Ask him how many times he's been to my house. Ask Sadik, say, bring girl come out before. Bring girl come out before. What is he trying to talk about? People shouldn't try and undermine people's business. Sadik should know that if he's a CEO of 3 music awards, Yola of VTM has never spoken on radio like the way he's speaking for. Small money where he gets. So if you say you go talk Shatta Wale matter, if you do, I'm going to talk things worse than what we are talking about. If you have come to me to beg me to help you do 3 music awards, so we can push it the way you want it. Today we will sack away and say anything I talk. And you know one thing that is surprising me about Sadik, that anything I write on social media and I don't call his name, Sadik will come and tarnish my image on social media. And I have so much respect for this guy. But because of his behavior these days, I've called his investors if he doesn't know. And they are even listening. Even before he is speaking, I've called them. That this is the type of person that they want to manage something for them. He's not a businessman. If Sadik is a businessman, this your interview, you even come and speak about, because it's a disgrace for him.
Shatta Wale, before you can substantiate something to the general public, we will look at it as an allegation. That's how I am looking at it, as an allegation. So that is it.
Yes. Don't even say that. That's what I'm saying. That I am here. If it's an allegation,
Shatta Wale,
and I'm not there, that is where you can be saying it's an allegation. But I'm here. Sadik is on your line. Hasn't he come to my house several times to beg me before the 3 music awards? After the 3 music awards, how many times did he even beg me to bring the awards because he wants to come and take a picture with it?
Shatta Wale, where did Sadik tell you this? I know Sadik is on the line, but I want you. Where did he tell you? Where were you?
The day I was coming for rehearsals at the 3 music awards, that day we even concluded. I don't lie. I don't even want us to even be talking about things of certain nature. I don't even lie. I just want thing. He knows. He prays 5 times a day. He should go and pray 5 times a day. If he knows I'm not lying, I'm lying. He should go. Leslie is my witness. Leslie of Fantasy Dome Entertainment is my witness.
So Leslie was there when Sadik made this statement to you.
Leslie is so big a man that he won't even come. What Sadik is doing is study. He won't even have the chance, opportunity to even organize that music awards at Fantasy Dome again. Because Leslie in question is my dad. I just know what I'm saying. The kind of things I do with Leslie, I don't work about asking Leslie money. Leslie give me money. Leslie help me. Leslie. He have been begging Leslie to give him money to buy equipment to fly things from America because he wants to show Shatta out and big him some lifestyle. Small boy like you. When you come the industry inside.
So who told you this? Who told you this? That Sadik has been asking.
I know about it. But Sadik doesn't have money to organize the award. It's Leslie that gave him Fantasy Dome. All the equipment he's using. It's Leslie that bought them. That Fantasy Dome was built on millions of dollars. That I didn't know when we decided I wanted to put up a dome. It's because of me. I care so much about this industry. Leslie is my dad. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know anything. Where he started, he don't know. He doesn't know anything. He just came into the industry. What I'm saying is that he has messed up, and he should know that the messing I've been trying to mess up to paint my image black. Because where I am standing is that the reason why I am pissed with Sadik, and I would say anything that Sadik thinks that I cannot say. I'll say it because I write things on social media that I don't call this guy's name. So why does he always have to attack me? Especially when it came to this take the country thing. Sadik came and what a whole lot of bullshit. I was like, oh no, Saleh.
Shatta Wale, please, your words are too strong for radio. So please, your words are too strong for radio. Yeah, please. So watch what you say, please.
Which of the words?
I mean, you use the SHIT word, so please be careful, please.
Oh.
For decency's sake.
What I'm saying is, listen to me. That I am saying that this is a person like the Don. Do you know how many times I tell you every time that because you're a professional, so I deal with you as such on radio. I don't take feeling from you. I don't have hard feeling for you. Because when I write certain things on social media, they don't. You won't come and attack me. But if I've written about maybe a problem in the country, and you, Sadik, you know we are in the same industry, and you come and say bullshit. I say, go ahead, the things come like you come and say things about me like this. They don't. I'll be pissed. For instance, if I come to write on social media that keep battling or keep shooting videos like want to battle Jay-Z, Sadik, is your name Jay-Z? Or because you have been using Tura or Proclair, so you think you are fair? I've not called his name. Why does this guy have to come on radio and be talking nonsense about Shatta Wale? You won't have it easy, I swear. Tell him that I say the award, I'm confirming it.
Shatta Wale.
Sadiq told me that. Listen, Sadiq told me that he wants to give me awards for Stone and Sarkodie to see that they are nobody. Because the way they rush, he won't show them level. Because them they did with VTME. He won't make me build this thing awards. That's why we are here.
Shatta Wale, I just want to quickly throw this one in before I get to Sadiq. Now, it looks like you don't want anybody to talk about you negatively. Is that the case? Or you think Sadiq is over attacking you?
When I'm wrong, they don't. Listen, I am talking from a particular point to a particular point, and I want you to get me clear. If I am wrong and they don't, you say, I am human. I understand. But what I'm saying is that I have written certain things on social media that I don't expect the Don to even talk about, because I'm not even talking about the Don. Because I have a relationship with the Don, because we are in the same office. So that respect is there. Are you getting what I'm saying, the Don?
Yeah, I kind of get you.
Yes.
All right.
So if I write things on social media, and Sadik, that you know that, oh no, this boy, when I wanted to do 30 minutes, when I wasn't famous, when people didn't know who Sadik was, I went to this boy, begged him that he should help me to shoot an interview because I want to get that mileage. Today, Sadik feels he came to school and now he's seeming like I'm the junior and he's the senior. Sadik, in your life, forever and never, the things where I guess, the things I pass through, you can't be there. You can never be in my shoes.
All right, so
I don't know. You see, people, okay, you don't even check artist growth. So when I'm talking, it's always funny, and I like that.
All right, in fact,
forever and never in Sadik's life, he can never be like VGMA, because the CEO of VGMA has shown me much respect.
All right, in fact,
I've done to VGMA.
Sadiq, you made Sadiq laugh, and let me quickly get to Sadiq. He's online, so Shatta, please hold on for me. All right, so Sadiq, you've heard Shatta Wale. He says. Yeah. You told him that in the presence of Leslie of Three Music Fantasy Dome. Yes.
Leslie is alive. And obviously, if this thing happened, Leslie will be there to corroborate or confirm or deny it. But this is the point that I have to make. When you ask him, for instance, you realize he couldn't provide a certain proof except to go into other areas. So, for instance, what Shatta Wale doesn't know is that the last Three Music Awards didn't happen at Fantasy Dome. It happened at the Grand Arena. That's something that Shatta Wale, for instance, doesn't know. And indeed, I'm confirming the thing that I said to you earlier, which is that at every point in time we've had to deal with Shatta Wale in relation to Three Music Awards, it has been management. They are also alive.
Did you?
Year one.
Have you been to his home before? He made that allegation of you getting to his home.
Don't mind, Sadik. It's like
Shatta Wale's house twice.
Everything pertaining.
No. Shatta,
you talk. Have you come to my house before?
Shatta, when you were speaking, I kept quiet. So now,
don't stop lying. You can stop lying. Shut up there and stop speaking like you're speaking to yourself.
Hello, Shatta Wale, please.
Have you been to house before?
Yes.
What lying?
Please don't use strong language, Shatta Wale.
But they don't. Yes. Listen to me. He's lying.
We want to get to the bottom of this. Please don't use any strong language, please.
Exactly.
No, but let me stop lying. But I don't know how you see me. I just have time for you for radio. Let me catch you up for the way.
All right, Shatta Wale, please let's excuse Sadik to explain. Then you can come in, please. I beg of you.
I don't want him to be lying when I'm here. They're liars.
Okay, all right.
Wale, you know, with the shout go do anything. You know the better.
So come up for that. You shout the shout. You get energy to shout for yourself. I know the shout for yourself.
You know go fit shout. You know that. You know in your heart say, Charlie, we are the different person. We are not any of those industry people. You know that.
Don't you be talking like that on radio and see me like I'm a small boy. If I see you slap, I will slap you. It is slap.
You know, you don't want to threaten me. You know. Don't do like you did this thing. You know me.
You don't have your vocal. They don't. If you do, I will send you a voice note. That Sadiq was threatening me.
Hey, please do send me the voice note. I need that voice note.
Right now. don't think me a fuck up.
But Sadik, did you threaten Shatta Wale?
No, okay, so Don, this is say they bring another matter. I tell you, so you know me. So it's good that he went to the. Now all of you are realizing. That,
did you threaten Shatta Wale?
No, relax, Don.
I'll send it to you right now.
Please do.
I'll send it to you right now on your WhatsApp, so you can play.
Yeah.
Should I send it to you right now?
Why does Wale doesn't want anybody to be heard? You've made an allegation.
Wale, you see, Wale.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, please, Sadik, don't lose your cool. Sadik, don't lose your cool. You are a radio person. Don't lose your cool.
I'm not losing it.
Yeah, please.
I'm not losing it.
All right, Shatta Wale.
I have more control. But what I want to say is that to the recent allegation that he made. So indeed, in the instance when we had a disagreement, this was about a month ago. Leslie had reached out to both of us to say, look, guys, I know the two of you. And so we need to calm this thing down. You see the same thing he did do on the phone. Shatta Wale actually on the phone said to me that, hey, if he see me while I repeat this thing in front of him, he would, what he would take to me. And I was like, hey, Wale, don't get it wrong at all.
You talk on radio like I will send the to give that or make you listen at the way you talk for phone. You see the way you talk, your voice like this. They don't.
Himself know.
If you play Sadiq voice, people will be shocked. You see the way they talk right now.
His voice,
and then what I will tell you, you go tell me say
you can never walk to me and say
you think people have learned how to talk on radio.
That one,
we will have this voice so Sadiq. See, I don't give a fuck on this better station I'm talking about.
Hey, Shatta Wale, the words, please.
Fuck you.
Hey. Please put Shatta Wale off. Yeah, Sadiq, you're online, eh? Hello, Sadiq.
I'm here, Don.
Yeah. So thank you very much for.
No. Let me just finish. Finish. You see, again, you've asked him a simple question. Shatta Wale has not been able to prove it. He's confirmed to you that all the things he's doing is because I disagreed with him. He's confirmed. He's not been able to provide any proof to the effect that this is what he's saying. So Wale himself knows and everything that the point that he's making, I've confirmed it again, that at any point in time that I've dealt with Shatta Wale strictly in relation to 3 music awards or anything, it has to go through initially Julio or Xylophone at the time in 2018. In 2019 was through Bulldog, and even that, the contact was made by Leslie. And I'm saying to you that I've never, until the rehearsals when he came, when we were all on stage, I never had to speak to Shatta Wale. In fact, even before the show began, it's on record that I passed out and I was in the hospital till the show ended. Today, you've asked Shatta Wale just 2 days after he made the allegation. He's not been able to prove. I go around in circles and tell you that I threatened him. And I'm clarifying that. I know Wale will go and cut the piece and say, yes, Sadiq said go beat him and everything and all of those things. It is because...
But Sadiq, did you tell Wale that you go beat him, or did you threaten him? What did you tell him in that audio?
No, you see, Wale told me, Wale did a live video and said to everybody, say, if Sadiq come, the thing I wrote on Facebook, if I come to him, come say it, he go beat me. What he go take? The live video is on Facebook. Then when Leslie called us, he said the same thing again. I was like, to Wale, Wale, sometimes, you forget yourself. You're talking to Sadiq. Sadiq, Fadama boy. Don't try. Not any of his boys. He knows that. Wale knows very, very well. Say, he combined with his boys with anything. Me, Sadiq, he no go fit do anything. He knows. And I tell him, say, yo, anytime he tries those things he does on me personally, him personally, I could give him massive trouncing. He never go fit talk anything in defense of myself.
So the trouncing be the beats now. Yes.
I said to him that if he tries anything, those things that he does and everything, he should go and find out. Those things that he does, when he tries it on me, I told him, in defending myself, I would give him a massive trouncing. That one, he knows it. And this is like what? More than a month ago. And you see this particular issue, you realize that as they threaten everybody, he go beat there. He said he knows mention himself, so he go beat Sadiq. He knows it. Make him not that try. Going forward, and I've said to Shatta Wale, look, this, I'm glad that when you gave him the perfect opportunity to say, Shatta Wale, is it true that Sadiq promised you A, B, C, D? How can you convince us? Did you realize that he not convince you? He went around in circles and said that Sadiq disagree with me. When I write something on Facebook, Sadiq says some. When I do so, Sadiq says some. When I say so, Sadiq says some. Isn't it obvious that all what Wale is trying to do is to get back at me by saying this, that. In fact, indeed, if Wale says that he feels that in 2019 he didn't deserve 3 music awards, it's fine. I think that he can return it. I'm sure the board may probably consider it. He can return it and probably carry the tears that he shed on the stage. I didn't shed that tear. I wasn't the one that gave the speeches. In fact, at the time all of that was happening, I was still in the hospital. But I've said to you again and again that I have never dealt directly with Shatta Wale on anything in relation to 3 music awards, and there's a reason. I've never had to do that with him.
Did you tell him you wanted to take a picture with the awards with him, etc.? Because he made the allegation on air whilst you were here too as well.
Mixing the thing.
Yeah.
So, after he won the awards, we delivered. In 3 music, when you win the award, we deliver it to everybody. It is true that the awards that he won, we delivered it to him. Again, consistent with how we do it. I got Leslie. Leslie came into town. Leslie contacted him, not me. And we all went to the house together with Leslie and the team and presented the awards to him after the event. I've done the same thing with Sarkodie. I've done the same thing with other actors as well. Last year, you could see, we presented the awards to everybody. So, like I'm saying to you, proof no dear, Wale, I know him. Everybody knows Wale now. By now, it's become very obvious, this guy is acting in bad faith because Sadik dared to disagree with him. But because Sadik stood his grounds and said that if you come and try if you try anything physical in defense of myself, I'll give you a trouncing. That one, and the done, self-defense or telling somebody, say, Charlie, if you try any of these things on me in self-defense, I will give you massive trouncing. And
Sadik, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You could have reported Shatta Wale to the police. Instead of taking the law, into your own hands right now. Yeah.
I'm saying that in the heat of the moment, and Wale knows, I'm not a violent guy, but he knows that him or any of his voice, if they try anything, he knows what is coming up against he knows the support base. He knows what is coming up against from the Zongo side. He knows.
You see,
and that's why you see, Don, I keep on saying this thing. I keep on saying that, look, I'm not a violent guy. But from where I come from, when I'm walking in the streets and you say that you're going to attack me or anything like that, I have every right to say to you that, yes, I can report to the police, but in defense, if you try this, you will get a good trouncing. So and this is like, what? How many months ago? This is like almost 2 months ago.
All right.
This is almost 2 months. This is in July. So, but you need to clarify the point. 2 things, like I said to you, I never threatened him. I only said to him that he threatened by saying he will beat me or if you see me. And I was like, hey, you don't forget yourself, you Wale, hey,
all right.
You don't forget yourself. I was shocked. I was like, Wale, you don't forget yourself. Like, you don't come out for your mind, they forget yourself. Wale, you don't talk to me, Not your gangster 7 if you say that to me. Then you Wale.
Now, Sadik, let me ask you this question before I take leave of you. As the CEO of a music award scheme, is it proper to engage artists in this dimension?
Okay, so Don, there are you can look at it from different perspectives. One, I'm an industry person, and it's known by now that I share my opinions and views on a lot of industrial matters, right? And so sometimes you would have. I've done on Hits FM last week when we met last week, myself and you. What was the conversation? It was like, oh, Charlie, you need to come in and we'll have the conversation. I was like, oh, I will come. Indeed, if you remember, I told you that last year and this year, my board had banned us or myself from speaking. If you remember, I've communicated that consistently. Like not.
Yeah, I remember.
Case, in our case, the board takes the decision. So I'm not commenting on some of these industrial matters and all of that. But indeed, last week, my communication that may have gotten him worked out for him to put out all these lies that you've given him the opportunity to prove that he's not been able to prove was to the effect that as an industry player, I strongly felt that some of these opinions that Shatta Wale put out there, which are not informed opinions, has the tendency to affect investor confidence of industry. And that's the point that I said, which I'm right. He asked that I come to prove the numbers. I came to prove the numbers. He's not actually spoken the issue, only for him to try to go for my reputation, which is to the effect that, look, today, what was my point? My point is that Wale's point about the fact that today there is no mechanism to check return on investment on anything relative to what's it called, on music or entertainment, it's not true.
Right.
And I said that I would really like Shatta Wale when it comes to the deep level elements of industrial conversations. If he doesn't know, it's fine to stay out and allow people to talk about it, so that him as an influential artist does not say some of these things that are not informed, without insight, that would affect investor confidence. I came to explain that.
In fact, what really got to him was the hollow. You described him as hollow. You know, the word really got to him. Probably if you didn't use the word hollow and you just expressed yourself in that manner, he wouldn't have gotten...
If somebody use hollow on you and you take an exception to it, you can raise that particular point. But if you realize, Wale never raised the point about hollow. It was other people on the pundit on the show that raised a point about hollow. Wale rather went in and said a number of things and said, I should come and prove the numbers. A day after, I proved the numbers. 2 days after, Wale has gone on rampage, saying a lot of things, family, this, that, and involving the...
That's for the family issue there. We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there.
Let it go on record that when you gave Shatta Wale the opportunity that prove this thing, he never was able to prove that particular allegation. Obviously a lie. Today, if you know how Shatta Wale operates, today, after all the things that he said about Zola, after all the things I said about VGMA, you see how Shatta Wale they tried to do. Initially, what did he do? He put out something there about me trying to bring him, Stonebwoy and Sarkodie down. He realized that the Sarkodie fans, the Stonebwoy fans, they do not mind him. So he looked for another thing. And smart as he is, he knew that in 2019 there was a major contention regarding his major wins at the Three Music Awards, which everybody from the onset, from the back end or anything, felt fair. Indeed, that year he had the best. If today he's saying that the year he had my level, which won Song of the Year. Now the Song of the Year, it came with 3 other awards. The year after, look, Kofi Kinata won.
All right, Sadik, in fact, we don't have too much time, honestly. So I can't take this. But please, you can be in the studios tomorrow so that you can have much more time. Or you don't want to talk about this?
Done. I think that it's enough.
All right. Okay.
Proving to everybody that the Wale himself, when you give him the opportunity, we all have proven it's enough that the guy no get anything. Done.
All right.
Really and truly, this guy,
you
won't make us spend my time on him again.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. But I think the bone of contention here would be Leslie, because he says Leslie was the witness. And Leslie's your guy, Leslie's Shatta Wale's guy. I wonder how this is going to pan out. I wish I could speak to Leslie on this one.
Done. I get Leslie's number. I will give it to you.
All right.
So make you talk to him.
I beg you, give your answer for me.
I know Leslie as well. Leslie often these things.
He will dodge him, man.
To you, Wale himself know. He knows that. That boy he added that. Oh, Leslie, we'll get time talk this thing and everything like that.
All right.
It just throw Leslie under the bus.
All right.
How do you do this even to Leslie? Because I don't talk to you directly.
All right, Sadik, thank you very much for granting the interview. Thank you very much. All right, so Hits 103.9 FM. I think we are seeing some headlights ahead of this particular matter.